It's time for your MCR radio show. Sit back and get ready to party to the newest and hottest time hits on the planet. Now here's your host, Juan Mendoza.
All right. Welcome to the MCR radio show. I am your host, Juan Mendoza, and we got an awesome artist that's on the line. We're going to be doing an interview here, and as we're recording this, it is January 18th. Man, we're going to start rolling through this year pretty quick. We're doing some interviews here. We're going to be putting them on Spotify, all the streaming platforms out there, and of course, our fellow radio stations are going to be playing them as well throughout our shows. We want to thank all of them for playing our Top 20 Countdown, and of course, our MCR radio show. All the streaming platforms, we are now available on 24 streaming platforms. That includes Spotify, Deezer, TuneIn, and all the rest of the platforms out there. And of course, including YouTube. Make sure you guys go check out our YouTube page, and you can check out all these awesome artists, all these awesome interviews, all the awesome music that we have for you guys. We want to thank all the listeners for voting every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year that we have these countdowns out there. They are the ones that have the voice out there. We do not have the voice. We're not the ones that are voting. They are the ones that are voting out there. So we want to thank the fans for voting every single day of the week. All right. First interview that we have today, of course, is awesome cat. His name is Anthony Quintanilla from Grupo Eficaz. And he's from Benavides, Texas. What's going on, brother?
Not much, Juan. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be part of the podcast. And thank you for playing our music. And thank you for everyone who's voting for us. Like I said, I was telling you earlier, I try to get as many people to vote because it's important. I know you guys are the same thing. You're always encouraging people to vote. It's just, create a buzz for the station. And I want to thank everybody for voting for us, both on the video and the song.
Yeah, congratulations on that, because this week itself, you came in number one on both of them, the Top 10 Music Video Countdown, which is an awesome music video, by the way, and of course the Top 20 Countdown.
Appreciate that.
So how does that feel to be number one on both of them?
Well, I'm extremely pleased. My whole family, every time we see it, you see it. I share it on the Eficaz page. I share it on my page. I'm like, man, we're ecstatic. I mean, the song, when we first recorded it, we fell in love with it, and I thought that, if any radio stations would play it, I thought that the general public would take well to it, and they have. And Ray Bueno, he did a video for us, and he came out extremely awesome. I loved it. The guys loved it. Everybody, it's positive feedback. So I just thank you, everybody, for supporting us.
Nice. Now, we don't know what the countdown looks like this week yet. We haven't actually ran through it yet. So, I know as we're talking, of course, today is Saturday. Tomorrow we'll end up doing it and stuff like that. So we'll see how it comes out. Hopefully, you guys come in number one again on both of them.
Yeah, well, we'll see if I got enough people to vote or not. I'm like, guys, you gotta vote. Text everybody to vote, man. Come on, man. It feels good to be, at the top of the list or anywhere in the top 2 or 3. Heck, man, it's great. It's publicity and it's great for the band.
Yeah, especially being your first single as this group right here. We were talking a little bit earlier that you guys were known as another group before.
Yes. Well, for those of us for those of you who are in your late 30s, maybe 40s, you're back in the days in the mid 90s, we had a band very popular, Potente. We did really well with Linda Morenita and Hombre Muerto and a couple other tunes that we did really well with. And we spent some time apart, quite a bit of time, and then my brother and I decided to get back together and give it another shot before we can't do anything anymore.
Yeah.
But no, it's working out well. We decided to go with Eficaz. It was a list of names my brother brought to me, and us and the guys, we just voted. Eficaz just seemed to be, of the list that was there, it seemed to be the best fit for us. Names are difficult to pick today because any name that you could possibly think of, if you look it up on YouTube, there's a band that's named that.
Yeah.
So, I'm serious. So of the 10 names that were there was a band, maybe not per se in this genre, Tejano Conjunto, but in Bogota or, Colombia or something.
Yeah.
You got Mosaico, Eficaz, you name it. So You just kind of got to go with the one that you think is best, and this is the one that kind of suited us best.
What exactly does eficaz mean?
Eficaz is just a nice fancy way of saying effective. Efectivo.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fancier way of saying efectivo. They basically could also mean efficient. So, but the first translation is effective.
Nice. Now I'm not too much on the fancy Spanish part of it. You know, we speak Spanglish. You know, everything's all cut up and everything else. So I was like, when I heard the name, I was like, what is this? What exactly does it mean? And I couldn't wait to ask you exactly what it meant. But now that I know, it's, you know, now we got it.
Well, like I said, it's something that. That there's been I've had people say it's cool. I've had some people say backlash. You should have stayed with Potente. Potente was something that we were young. Heck, man, we weren't even 21 when we were doing well with Potente. And when we broke up, we didn't know if we were going to ever play again or when and if we were ever going to play again. But we did know one thing, that if we did decide to play again, we wouldn't go under the name Potente. It's just because, we were kids. My brother always references it when he's on the interviews with me. He'll say, we didn't really know what we're doing. We're just listening to music and play it the way we hear it, the best way. Yeah. Now we're a lot more seasoned. You can hear it, obviously, through our vocals, the arrangements, they're just more melodical. Everything is just, the melodies are so much better, the arrangements. It's just called, experience, you know what I'm saying? So we wanted to leave Potente in the past, although we do promote it, also known Eficaz, also known as Potente, everywhere we go. We're going to be going to Monterrey here pretty soon, and Potente was a big thing over there. Yeah. So we'll actually be doing, that set will actually be just a Historia de Amor with a bunch of old Potente songs. So whoever catches that show in Monterrey is going to have a real treat. So
you said you talked with one of our DJs. Well, of course, we have a new DJ out there, La Ardilla Tejana, Alan Gutierrez. Hopefully he gets to run into you out there, man, and do some interviews.
Sí, quiero mandarle saludos a la Ardilla Tejana de parte de Eficaz. Tuve la oportunidad de mandar mensajes, cambiar mensajes con él. Le conté que íbamos a estar ahí en abril y ojalá con el favor de Dios que podemos tener una entrevista con él, a ver si todo nos va bien. But for sure, para toda la República Mexicana que nos escuchan, los que eran fans de Potente en los 1990s, ojalá que nos aceptan como Eficaz, and I hope that they enjoy this new song as well.
How long has it been since you've been out there?
Oh my goodness, it has been 20 years.
Wow.
So there's a lot of buzz. Quite honestly, I think this is the first time officially that I put it out there on any radio station or any interview that we're actually going out to to Monterrey. Juan P. Moreno reached out to us. He's been taking some bands out there, and we were pleased to hear from him, excited as well. So we're getting everything in order. Y si Dios quiere, con el favor de Dios, el 17 de abril vamos a estar ahí con Marcos, si todo va bien.
So the show hasn't actually been put on Facebook yet?
No, because I say that's the thing. These guys, when they take a band over there, especially a band that hasn't been there, or the people might not per se know, they got to build it up. So that's why he chose in April. So that way it gives him, February and March, half of January. It gives him 3 months to build it up.
Yeah, it's good promotional.
Exactly. And well, I said, of course, I mean, if you kind of connect it with who we were, Potente. I know Ardilla, de Ardilla Tejana, estaba tocando una canción, no sé si fue anoche o antenoche. Me dijo, ya te estoy mandando una canción de recuerdo, no me hagas esperar. It was a song off our fourth CD, so that was cool to hear from him, man, that he's played some of our older music. Le mandé saludos, and I thanked him for it.
He's got a crazy sense of humor. I was like, when I first heard his show, we contacted a couple months ago about it and everything, and I guess he wanted to be part of the station. So I was like, oh, let's go to get into this, and he's got that sense of humor. It's popular over there and it's funny, because he's got that voice, and then he changes it to the what is it, chipmunk or the squirrel? Yeah.
The little squirrel.
And we were sitting here cracking up, and I was like, and then he starts singing to the songs, and that it sounds like he's got a mouthful, a helium, like he's inhaling the.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And it's funny, you know, we're sitting here cracking up. I was like, yeah, this guy's crazy right here.
Well, no, that's good because you know what? It's believe it or not, over there, the DJs, the general public is so much different than they are here in the States.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that really works. Because I have some guys that I text back and forth or Facebook Messenger from Mexico, and just how they communicate. You know, although it's in Spanish, yes, but just the way they don't do laugh out loud. They go he he, and like LOL is a lot shorter than he. It's the same thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They say it a lot different, especially spelling it out. You know, when they're laughing, they're like, you know, it's JAJA, and we're over here with LOL or LMAO and stuff like that. You know.
Yes, exactly.
You know, they got that sense of humor. It's funny. I like it. You know, and it brought something new to the show. You know, especially having an on-air personality out there in Mexico. You know, our show is crossing borders now. You know, and it's cool for us. Especially being in Monterrey, you know, one of the biggest cities out there in Mexico that carry Tejano music still.
Exactly. The Tejano has always been, I remember back in the 90s, we were out there, the Tejano, it just does really well in Monterrey for whatever reason. And even today that because I spent a number of years out really just kind of not even keeping up with music at all. So here these past 6 months that we've been back, just trying to soak it all in, you know what I mean? The changes, but that's one thing that hasn't changed. The support for the Tejano music in Monterrey. That's why Juan P. Moreno started taking bands over there, you know, because helping the groups, you know, plan and get over there to Mexico, because a lot of groups, they don't really know, you know what I mean? How to get over there, who to contact. So thank you to Juan P. Moreno on behalf of Eficaz and all the groups for, you know, putting themselves out there and, you know, and making it possible for groups to go out there and that be a venue for them to play.
Is it going to be the Far West?
I'm not sure if it's the Far West or the Corral. I just know, because I know Juan, he sent me a couple of posters, you know, but he just knows that it's going to be a representación para el Festival de Todos. And he's working with Festival de Todos. So here in the days to come, I'll have more details. And of course, I'll be sharing them on Facebook through the Eficaz page.
Now, you said it's been about 20 years since you've been out there. Anyway, you know, how was the crowd then over there in Mexico compared to the crowd here in the States?
Oh man, if I could play in Mexico, bro. I tell my brother, all the guys. Well, see, the guys. Actually, my drummer. Well, while I'm on this, let me go ahead and introduce the guys in my band. Obviously, my brother Esteban Quintanilla. He plays the accordion. He sings with me. We brought in our ex-drummer, the guy who started with us back in the day, Potente, back in 94, 95, Johnny Rodriguez from Victoria. He plays the drums. And we got our bass player, JR De Leon. He used to play with Stephanie Lynn back in the day.
Oh, okay.
And I have another guy who sings with me and plays Bajo Sexto with us as well, Steven Cavazos. And like I said, these guys, some of these guys that didn't know, hadn't gone to Mexico, I tell them, I said, it's different over there than it is here. So it's just, I remember Johnny and I talking about this here a couple of days ago. He says, you remember when we rolled up to the place and we were going to play and man, there's nobody here. And then we get into the place and it's jam-packed. I said, well, how did everybody get here? We told the guys, pues, ¿cómo llegaron todos? Pues aquí andan para los bailes. Aquí no manejan coches. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, there was very few cars. And I said, oh, man, this place is going to be dead, bro. And we go in. Dude, the place is jam-packed, bro.
They did it Mexican style and just all piled in one car?
I don't know. No, they walked, bro.
Oh, really?
I'll tell you, they walked. I'm serious. And when the show finished, it was like a tardeada or something. Because I remember when we're coming out of the building, we're going back to the room. All the people, like a mass of people just walking.
Wow.
Just walking. No cars. Everybody's walked to death. So you can see how excited they get over there to support the Tejano music.
Is it like a tourist area where people go in and just walk around different stores and stuff?
No, it's weird. It's like I said, they live for this. You know what I mean? It's in their culture how they support the bands.
Yeah,
it's much different than it is here. I'm not gonna say anything bad about the fans here. I love the fans here.
Yeah,
I love going and seeing the fans from place to place. It's just that because we have the music here on a daily basis, you know what I mean? You don't appreciate it as much as they would over there, because how many times do we actually get to go over there in a year?
Yeah,
Once, twice? See, we could do the circuit here. We could be here multiple times in San Antonio in a year, you know, three,
Yeah.
4 times, any band, versus going to Mexico. You don't go that often. So they really appreciate it, and they show up, you know, in large numbers to support the groups.
I guess that's true. I never thought of it that way. You know, I guess, you know, we see each other all the time, you know, around the San Antonio area, Houston and stuff like that. So,
Yes.
I guess, you know, we're used to it already. So, I mean, when Mexican groups come in from Mexico, you're anxious to go see them, and everybody crowds around them because you never get to see them half the time. I guess that's the way they feel over there in Mexico, too, because, you know, Mexico, they see each other all the time. Once these artists, the Jano artists, come in from the States, you know, Texas, Arizona and stuff, they're anxious to go see them because they never get to see them half the time.
Exactly. So you understand why that is like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as the groups from over here going over there, you know, from here from the States going to Mexico, it feels good to be able to perform on those stages and those venues, because, like I said, they really support you out there, and we're excited, to say the least. We're excited to head that way again, and hopefully que muy pronto podemos ir ya después de abril, que a lo mejor en agosto, septiembre podemos ir para atrás.
That would be pretty cool. Now, let's talk about your latest single, of course, which is Historia de Amor. How did that song come about?
Well, it's interesting. When we got back into playing, and we decided we're going to play again, and we're starting to perform, I told my brother if he would have a problem recording there with Carlos Rodriguez from Disco Solcat, because Carlos had reached out to me a few years ago when he started his label, and he had said if we'd be interested in recording with him. And I said, well, yes, but my brother and I aren't playing at the time. So I said, but if that were to change, I definitely would reach out to you. So as soon as that changed, I reached out to him, and we went and had a sit down with him in, I think, May-ish, of last year.
Yeah.
And, you know, we made a little deal with him. We're going to go in here. We're going to do some songs. We got in there. We had a few songs my brother had wrote, and we knew we were going to do Linda Morenita again. So we went ahead and re-recorded it. And we're sitting there, and we're like, man, we need another song. And Carlos pulls out his phone and says, you know what? I got a couple of songs here, bro. Check them out. So he's showing us a list of songs off his phone, and this one came up. And Yayo, Eduardo Yayo, he's a compositor de Monterrey.
Yeah.
It was his song, and I heard it, and I picked it up, and I said, man, I like the meaning of the song. I said, pero él estaba cantando más como una balada. Y le dije a mi carnal, ¿sabes qué? Yo puedo cantar esta canción como una ranchera romántica. So I got a hold of it, got the bajo, just started singing it, man. And it started little by little, real quick, 15, 20 minutes. I had it, you know, pegged kind of the way I wanted it. And we, right there that night, man, we started recording it. And we brought in Brian Macizo, to play the bass with us, to record the bass. He's the one who recorded the bass with us. And man, we were there till about 4 a.m. that day. Anyway, we were just excited about it because it was awesome to be able to, you know, build that song from nothing. And as soon as we heard it, I knew we were going to lean that way. And gracias a Dios, because the song has done fairly well for us. So thank the Lord for that.
Nice. It's a good song. I love it. And the video, like I said, the video was great. How long did it take you guys to do the video?
Not very long. Ray's pretty good, brother. Ray's really good. I just kind of told him what I did tell him is that, you know, I wanted to make sure that all the guys came out bastante. You know, obviously you understand the viewer, the general public, they want to see the singer and the accordion player if you're going to be in this genre. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are the main instrument, the accordion, and the vocalist. I said, but that doesn't mean that the guys can't be in the band. And I said, and it's especially important in our group because we are all partners. So we all pay for everything. We all sacrifice equally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I said, these guys we each paid a portion to do this video. So we want to make sure that everybody's being put out there and everybody has enough time on there, because it ain't going to be any good if what do you call it, we're all paying and this guy only comes out a little tiny scene or two. I said I didn't want that. So Ray did a really good job of capturing that in the first half of the video, and then towards the second half of the video, he brings in the girl, the guy, and really just brings it all together towards the end. So we were really pleased with it.
That was pretty cool. It was a good video. Like I said, it made #1 already. I can't recall exactly how many weeks. I think it's been on there a couple weeks already.
Yes.
In that spot, I got to look real quick. But you guys are working for the rest of the music for the new album.
Yes. Well, like I said, I tell everybody what we're gonna do. You know, I mean, we when I went in with Carlos, we told him. I said my idea was to do EPs. In other words, 5 or 6 songs, group them in 5s or 6s versus a traditional 10 or 12. You know, they used to do that back. I don't know. You remember? I don't know. Were you around in the days when their 45s would come out? I was a little baby when the 45s would come out. You know, but you would throw out a couple of 45s with essentially were like four to 6 songs, one on each side, and then they group them together on a whole LP. Mm-hmm. Well, I said, well, the way the music business is set up today, pretty much everybody's moving singles. You know, you don't have to buy the whole thing. You get on iTunes or Google Play or whatever, Spotify, wherever you're going to get your music. Heck, you can buy the song for 99 cents. Yeah. So, I don't want to buy the whole. Most people, listeners, they don't want the entire production. They want the song that's on the radio or the popular tune. Mm-hmm. So I said, why waste, resources and time to put out productions of 10 or 12 for smaller groups, that are, they're just trying to get going. It's better to group them in 5s or 6s, and go from there. Yeah. That's my thought, and that's what I see amongst all of the groups that are, grinding on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. That's the way we're doing it. I see a lot of them just working with singles, and then as time goes on, 6-7 months later, you group those singles together, and then you can put them together on a total production. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing in the future. Nice.
Now, speaking of 45s, would you ever consider putting, doing a 45 single of some of your songs and stuff like that, but like put one on the front and one in the back?
Don't tell my brother that. Are you kidding me? Because if he hears that, hey, he has LPs and 45s. That's what he listens to, bro. Yeah, he's vintage. Oh, he'd be all over that.
That'd be pretty cool. I'd say the very few Tejano artists are actually doing that, and I think it's getting bigger again. They're saying that vinyl is outselling CDs now since the 80s, I guess it is. I started my collection back. I got a couple boxes here full of 45s that just came in the mail a couple weeks ago, and I'm still sorting through them. But a lot of artists are coming out with vinyl again. I know we got a couple of Tejano female artists that actually came out with 33s of their whole album and stuff like that. So
yes, I saw that on Facebook. Somebody doing that. I was like, wow, somebody really does that. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's cool. I think it's cool. But, I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool as collector's items, and especially, I think vinyl is going to make that revolution again to where it's going to come back and people are going to actually be spinning new Tejano music on 45 or 33s.
Because I remember, of course, when we were Potente, we were recording with Freddie Records, and I still have real close ties with him. John Martinez, actually, he's my boss when I work at the ranch. So we did talk, and I remember him referencing one time saying that the 45s have a better sound than a CD, and the 8-tracks have a better sound than a cassette. I said, I guess. I said, I don't know. I said, I don't pay attention. I just know that I go by the song and it sounds good. I'm not that into that. You know what I mean? If I buy it on iTunes, it sounds good to me. My brother's that type of guy. He listens to, super critical and everything. So, but John Martinez says it, I believe it.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to an R&B artist last week. I was doing our first interview, and we were talking about these things too, the 45s. And I guess it's because, I guess when you buy the single like that, the MP3, you can always skip it and rewind it and fast forward or whatever, or just click on it. But I guess when you're holding the 33 and the 45 or something, you have it in your hand. And you take more appreciation for it because you don't want to scratch it. You don't want to just leave it thrown around. And when you're playing it, you put the needle on it. You're actually watching the thing go around and around as it's playing, and you listen to the music with that, because there's no rewind button, no fast forward, no pause, no nothing, unless you take the needle off and, put it on the side. But I think that's what it is.
Yeah, well, it's just a different feel. You know what I mean? When you're doing that, I guess some people they capture it differently. You know what I mean? It's all how each individual takes it. Like for me, I said it doesn't matter if it's a cassette. If the song is good, I like it, and I'll listen to it any way I can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. So what's next for you guys?
Well, as right now, like I said, we're pretty much finishing up the promotion on Historia de Amor. The video was the last thing. We're gonna start here in the next 7 to 10 days. Next 7 to 10 days, start to build up the new single, which is gonna be a remake of Linda Morenita and Hombre Muerto. It's a medley of our tunes back in the late 90s. We grouped those two together, and we're gonna start building it up here. Like I said, in the next 7 to 10 days, just putting some stuff out there for the viewers on Facebook, and just kind of like, this is coming. We'll be shooting a video hopefully sometime here in the middle of February.
Nice.
And if everything goes right the way I think it should, Linda Morenita and Hombre Muerto, that Potente medley should be out second, third week of February, and then the video will be out maybe the first week of March. That's my plan. Of course, there's so much that goes into that, behind scenes, people get behind, or, scheduling is an issue. So, but if everything goes according to plans, that's what we have in store as far as our single. And we're trying to get into the fanfare. We're just waiting to hear back from them.
Nice.
If we do get in there, I'll be putting it on Eficaz fan page so everybody can know when to show up out there. I'm also finishing up, signing up for the Vegas showcase over there in July.
Nice.
So hopefully, and then we got a few privates here and there. And right now we're just doing a lot of promotion. So thank you for giving us this opportunity to just, present our music and, say hi to all the public.
No problem. We love the new music. We love to help all the artists, of course, you guys been around for a while. But as this group right here, you guys are up and coming, again and stuff. So, but we like to promote all the new music. That's one of our things, because we know what it's like to be put in the back burner. When you have other people in front of you, you guys got all these established artists, in front of you and everything, and you guys are trying to make your way onto the scene. So we like to help all the new up and coming artists, come back out and promote all their music and stuff, because there's so much music out there and so much great artists, that they need to be heard as well.
And that's why I do my best. I share a lot of your stuff, and I tell people, hey man, this station does really well as far as giving the artists who aren't big time. They help them out. They play their music. They give them a platform so that people can hear them. I said, so that's why I try to support you guys and share a lot of your posts and stuff like that, just so people in the bands can know, hey man, reach out to the Mas Chingon Radio, because they'll help you out. That's a real good thing right now.
Yeah. Well, no, we appreciate it. We appreciate all the shares that everybody, everybody sharing all our posts and Lila's posts as well every time she puts something out there. So we really appreciate those, and it helps us out as well, because people get to tune in on so many different platforms, and like I said, all our fellow radio stations that are playing our shows, throughout the week, they get to hear all these new artists as well. It's not only about getting my voice heard out there, it's about these artists that are getting promoted, that we're promoting these brand new artists and the brand new music that gets played out there, including your guys's.
For sure.
So I was looking at the charts right now. This is the 5th week in a row. We're heading into the 6th week, but 5 weeks right now that you guys have been on our top 20 countdown at the number 1 spot.
And I'm glad. Thank you for all to the people who vote, man. I appreciate that, because without the people, you ain't much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I said. And also last week, you guys made the number 1 spot, and you guys are pretty much neck and neck competing with David Lee. So.
Oh, David Lee, I know. I saw the video because I watched them. I watched the list. Last week when you did it live, ours got cut off. I was like, well, did we make it or not?
I made a note very clearly. I said that we did not do that purposely. That was Facebook.
No. I know, and I saw that real quick, and then I saw it. Oh, here's the whole thing. It finished at 37 minutes, and then when you reposted, it was 40 some odd minutes. Oh, there it is. So I went and looked at it, and I said, because I had watched it the week before, 2 weeks before, and I said, David Lee's, I like his video. It's a nice video, very professional. You know what I mean? David Lee does everything professional, from what his music to his videos, everything. So it didn't surprise me. It was a really, really good video. Yeah,
that's why I said I made it very clear that Facebook cut us off. We didn't just cut it off right there.
No, come on. I didn't think as much as you help everybody.
But some people
crossed my mind.
No, but some people do that. Some people are like, what happened? Whatever. Did you guys cut it off? Now Facebook has that tendency to do that stuff to us quite a bit. But we still record it because we want to. It's on YouTube, on our
Yeah.
YouTube channel and stuff, so they can go back and rewatch it. And
Facebook does that to our buddy Lucky J as well.
Yeah.
He'll be on. We'll be watching him and say, boom! It just cuts him off, and then you'll see another Facebook Live. I'm sorry, Facebook cut me off. So yeah, it happens quite often, not just to you, to a lot of people.
That's some of the reasons why I really backed off from doing that, because I used to do the Facebook Live quite a bit a couple years ago, but I backed away from that completely because you play a song and all of a sudden they cut you off and then you got to go restart another video, and it's like, I don't want to be dealing with all that hassle no more. So I'll just play the music videos, let it play. If it cuts it off, I still record it and it's on YouTube.
Yeah, that's where you go, and then you share the link, and boom, you can watch it over there. I like that. That's great.
Yeah, every now and then, once in a great while, I'll go on Facebook Live or something, just to see. I haven't been on it in quite a while, unless we're out at an event or something like that. But
yes,
I just like working behind the scenes, record our shows, put them out there, and people can enjoy them.
Yes, that's great.
So if anybody wants to get you guys for an event, where can they get a hold of you at?
Well, obviously the best way to get a hold of us is through our Facebook Eficaz Band page. You can look us up on Instagram, Eficaz Band, YouTube, Eficaz Band. You can call me directly at 361-720-1535. Said that number will be on Facebook as well. So Facebook Messenger is probably the easiest way to get a hold of us. So, but like I said, you can Eficaz Band everywhere.
There you go. All right, well, we want to thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the video. Congratulations on being on both of our countdowns as well. 5 weeks in a row on the top 20. We'll see what happens tomorrow. And, of course, number one this past week on the top 10 music video countdown.
Juan, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Like I said, it's a pleasure to have met you. I can't wait to meet you in person. I said, I wish I could get out there, but we'll see each other. We'll run into each other. But thank you for helping us out with our music, and as soon as we get out our new single, we'll send it over to you. Okay?
All right, appreciate it. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing out there for the music industry, and of course for supporting us.
No problem. Anytime.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Have a good day, and go ahead and take your nap.
Yeah, no. Hey, I got another hour and a half before I got to go back to work.
Oh, okay. Take you a nap real quick.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, have a good day, man, and tell all the guys we said hi.
No problem. I will do. Thank you.
All right. Anthony Quintanilla from Eficaz, formerly Potente, and we're gonna go ahead and play their brand new single right here, and this one is called Historia de Amor. Right here on your MCR radio show. Súbele.
Tal vez un día les pasó o quizá les pasará. Todo comenzó con una solicitud de amistad. Él se la mandó, ella lo aceptó y así empezó la historia de amor. Se contaron todo de sus vidas y se dio la cita. Todo era bonito, era tan perfecto, una fantasía. Lo que había soñado en una princesa como de revista. Era inevitable no enamorarse de su gran sonrisa. Como una estrella, como de novela, la protagonista se sentía ella. Se sentía a salvo cuando entre sus brazos se la protegía. Era como el príncipe azul que ella había soñado un día en su historia de amor. Ella lo aceptó y así empezó la historia de amor. Se contaron todo de sus vidas y se dio la cita. Todo era bonito, era tan perfecto, una fantasía. Lo que había soñado en una princesa como de revista. Era inevitable no enamorarse de su gran sonrisa. Como de novela, la protagonista se sentía había soñado en una princesa como de revista. Era inevitable no enamorarse de su gran sonrisa. Como una estrella, como de novela, la protagonista se sentía ella. Se sentía a salvo cuando entre sus brazos se la protegía. Era como el príncipe azul que ella había soñado un día. En su historia de amor, en su historia de amor, en su historia de amor.
Broadcasting around the world on the World Wide Web. This is your number one internet radio station.
MCR Radio, the People's Station.
Lila Lisa Promotions is your number one source for getting your music heard on the air. For the last 7 years, Lila has been distributing artist music to over 50 affiliates across the United States and Mexico. So if any artist wants their music heard on AM, FM, or internet radio, send your MP3 files, bios, and photos to Lila Lisa at lilalisa@gmail.com. That's lilalisa@gmail.com. Lila Lisa Promotions, your number one source for getting your music heard on the air.
Thanks, Mo.
I'd like to say thank you on behalf of the group and ourselves, and I hope we pass the audition.